JC Motors with the Contour GPS wearable video camera. At JC Motors, you can ride with confidence knowing that we offer no hassle returns, life returns, and even a damage replacement offer. Go to jcmotors.com, find out why over 280,000 motorcycle enthusiasts like yourself get their parts and gear from us. Today we've got Christy from Contour to tell us about the GPS wearable video camera. Christy?
Thanks, Clint. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the Contour GPS. First of all, I just wanted to share with you about Contour and where we come from. We are actually making video cameras since 2003. We're based out of Seattle, Washington, and we're distributed internationally. We've got two different cameras in the line right now. One is the Contour 1080p HD camera, and then we've also got the feature of today, which is the Contour GPS, which also shoots 1080p grade video. But there are a lot of other compelling features here that no other camera manufacturer is offering right now. So first off, this camera is 4.3 ounces. It's the lightest weight wearable HD video camera on the market that shoots in 1080p. It's very, very simple to use, so let me show you a couple of things. First, to power it on, you just push this button here on the back, hold that down for just a second or so, and then you're going to have the camera in standby mode. You can always tell because the light down here at the bottom turns green. Now, to power the camera on for recording, it's very simple. You just slide this button forward and you're recording. You hear a beep, you push it back, you've got your little red indicator light right here, and you've captured a video file. As simple as that. Before you go filming for the day though, you want to make sure that you've got your shot lined up properly. So there are a couple different ways you can do that. One is just by using the lasers that are built into the Contour camera. So really quickly, if I push the back button again, you'll see these two little lasers come out. And again, that's just for you to line up your shot. That's the bullseye, the dead center of your video file. Now, a couple of things about the Contour camera that again is different than some of the other product out on the market is that we have a rotating lens, 90 degrees either direction. Why that's important is because you want to have a lot of diversity and flexibility in how you're going to be mounting your camera. So you could have it on your helmet, for example, which is just a straight shot, or you could do something like have it on your bike handlebars. Now when you have it on your bike handlebars, this is where the beauty of the rotating lens comes in, because if you had it lined up like this, you'd see that my eyes, my bullseye, is vertical, which means I'd be capturing my video file sideways, and then when I come home and play it back on my computer, I'd have to rotate it. Well, Contour thought through that problem and solved it with the rotating lenses. So here, if I had it on my bike handlebars, I just rotate the lens, and then again, you'll see that I'm back to a horizontal shot, which is super important so that you're not having to do that extra work when you get home with the rotating of the files. So you line up your shot, you push the camera forward, you're recording, you slide it back, and you're all done. Let me show you about the inside of the camera. So you've got a lithium-ion battery in here, which will go for 3 hours, 2 hours if it's really cold and your electronics are having to work harder. We've also got a micro SD card in here, which we provided 2 GB micro SD card with your purchase, and that'll be for about 45 minutes of HD footage and about an hour and a half if you take your resolution from 1080 down to 720 or 960. So again, you've got about 45 minutes of filming here on the card. You can upgrade that to a 32 GB card, which is 8 hours. Of HD footage, which that's a lot of movie making. Okay, so we've got it powered on. Now there are 2 other features to the Contour camera, the Contour GPS camera, like I said earlier, that nobody else is offering. So the first one is GPS. It's part of the name. What does that mean? Well, it's not GPS enabled in the sense that it's going to be like your Garmin and give you directions of how to get somewhere. Rather, what's happening is that there's a GPS built into the top here, a GPS receiver, and it's tacking into all the GPS satellites in your area when you're recording. And it's actually embedding all that GPS data right on top of your video file. So when you come home and you do playback, you're going to see rich, compelling data about your experience that you probably have never seen before on yourself. So an example is when you're doing your playback at home, one screen is going to be your video file, right next to it is going to be a Google Earth map. And it's going to be auto-populating second by second with all the details of your experience. So if you were riding, for example, or doing a track day, it will literally show you where you were on the map, and there's a little dot that's tracking you second by second. It'll show you your speed second by second, your total distance that you went in your journey. It will show you your elevation gain or loss, and as well as your latitude and your longitude. So again, you're not putting in those details. They're all auto-populating because they were embedded on top of your video file. That's the GPS technology, video mapping, essentially. And we're the only ones doing video mapping right now. One thing I'd recommend is going to contour.com and checking out some of those stories, because it may be difficult to get a feel for what I'm talking about unless you actually look at those videos. But you'll see that experience, whether it's somebody mountain biking, riding their bike, their street bike, racing in a car, it's just amazing data that you see when you do your playback. So again, that's at contour.com, and just type in a city or a sport that you like and lots of videos for you to choose from. So not only is this camera GPS enabled, but it's also the only camera on the market that's Bluetooth enabled. So what does that mean? Well, basically, the Contour GPS is the only camera that you can pair with a smartphone. Either an Apple product, anything on the iOS platform, which would be your iPad, your iTouch, your iPhone, and coming soon will be the Droid app. So how do you do that? Essentially, when your camera's in standby mode, you're gonna hold your finger down in front of the record button for just a few seconds, and you're gonna see the light turn from green to blue. So now I'm in Bluetooth mode, Bluetooth pairing mode. So I'm gonna have these two devices talk to each other. This is just my iPhone, and I'm gonna pair it just like I would with a headset. So I'm gonna go under my settings, and now I'm gonna go to Bluetooth, and it's saying it's found my Jawbone and then my Contour GPS. I'm gonna say connect to my Contour GPS, and then I'm gonna go to my app. So it's a Contour app that I downloaded from the iTunes store, or the App Store. And then all of a sudden, my phone becomes a viewfinder for my camera. It's incredible technology. Like I said, we're the only ones on the market that's Bluetooth compatible like that, and that you can use your phone as as a viewfinder. So you can actually see what you're gonna be filming for the day and make sure that your videography is up to spec. You can do a couple of other things too. You can change all of your camera settings. So here you can actually toggle in between different positions on your camera. On the fly, you can change from 1080p to 720, or you could do part of your run in 1080p and then change it to continuous photo mode. And then right here on the phone with just the slide of your finger, you can have it go from 10-second intervals to 30-second intervals for the continuous photos. You can control all your camera settings, like your microphone. You can turn that up or down. So if it becomes a really windy day and you don't want all that background noise in your movie, no problem, turn the microphone down. Going down here at the bottom, it's all the lighting settings. So again, it allows you so much control over the way that you're capturing film and the way you're capturing your experience. If it's a really washed out bright day and everything's coming out overexposed, you can actually add in more contrast, so it's layering in depth and dimension into your video file. So when you come home, you're actually not going to see all that washed out footage. It's going to be much darker and more clear, more pristine. So again, with just the sliding of your finger, you can turn that all the way down. And then when you go back to your camera setting, you can actually see how the lighting has changed based on what you just did using the application and the settings adjustments there. So again, a couple of things about this camera. It shoots in 1080p. It shoots in continuous photo mode. You've got the video mapping, the GPS video mapping, as well as the Bluetooth enablement. And we're the only, like I said, the only camera on the market that offers both the video mapping and the Bluetooth technology with your iPhone or your Droid. Lastly, I just wanted to let you know that Contour has a hardware, a software, and a social media company. So the hardware, of course, is the actual camera. We've got a couple of different cameras in the line. The software is a proprietary software that comes with the purchase of the camera, and it's called Storyteller. And it's a nice little editing software that you can come home and make your movies, cut out clips and seam them all together, and then post it online to your social media of choice. That could be Facebook, that could be YouTube, it could also be Contour.com. We've got thousands and thousands of videos posted on our site, and we support a full community where you would actually have your own producer page where you could put your videos up online. But again, a great place to go and check out the quality of videos that are really being produced by our end users, by our loyal customers. And again, you can share your videos anywhere though. You certainly can post them on YouTube. So hardware, social media, and software company. The Storyteller software, just really quickly here, like I said, it's an editing package. We're constantly updating it, so you can always get those newest updates for free. So even if you bought a camera from 3 years ago, you're still eligible for the most recent edition of the software package. So thanks very much. Hope that you get out there and experience your great adventures with a Contour camera and share it with your friends, share those stories with your friends.
Thanks, Christy. JC Motors welcomes all your questions. You can call us at 800-706-9476 or go to jcmotors.com, get live support, and find out why JC Motors is where riders get deals.